All right, now we're going to discuss the body stressor scan. If you remember back when we did the comprehensive, we did a baseline exam, and the number one stressed organ was the small intestine. So we're going to do an example with just checking the small intestine against stressors in the body. So I took all the small intestine sarcodes is what they're called, but all the parts of the small intestine are in this. And then I put it in the hold tank here, and then I ran and all of the body stressors that are in the system. So that is going to ask specifically, is this item damaging just the small intestine? And then we run through the scan. So what we find is all of these things are affecting or desired by the body to strengthen and balance the small intestine. So there's things like this kidney, gallbladder, bladder, energetic signature. This is an enzyme. This would be helpful to get the small intestine working again. This stuff from the pituitary gland, this ATP. There is a bee sting toxin, neurotoxin, that is affecting the small intestine. Then we have weaponized pathogens, which is another video that we'll get into what weaponized pathogens are. We see here that it's being excessively used, the actual muscle itself. And we got a Bach flower remedy. Bach flower is basically an emotional homeopathic. They get these essences from flowers to help our emotions, and this one would de-stress. So stress, actual stress of the body, it doesn't say specifically what is stress, but stress in general is affecting the small intestine, and this Bach flower will help balance that. So we've got some stomach energetic signatures, relaxin. Interesting. So there's some things in here like this relaxin, or maybe this tympanic cavity, that I can't explain how this is affecting the small intestine and why the body would want to put it in this tank. But we did ask the body, and this is what it gave us. So there are some things that you just have to, well, the body knows what it wants, and so we're just going to put it in here. And here's an energetic point. It's a 4th cycle. This cycle is related to fear, and there's a bunch of interrelated organs and stuff. So that's a pretty broad energetic piece of information, but it's there nonetheless. And then we actually see there is a DNA weakness. The DNA of this person's father did not help her small intestine at all. So there's a DNA issue, and this can help take care of it, but that's an interesting thing to find. This is a generational issue. So that's really interesting. So we're going to put all this stuff. This is just a small intestine. If you remember, there was 4 or 5 others. So we would do this for each organ and gland and find the results. Then we put it in the imprint, and that would help balance that organ.